Hi there Hoopers, this is Angela from Angeliis Hoops. One of the most common lines that I hear is, how do you get the hoop to stay up? I can't keep the hoop up on my waist. Believe me, I'm the most uncoordinated, least graceful person I know, and if I can hoop, anyone can hoop. So one thing to consider is your hoop size. I started out with a hoop, let me just move back a little bit. My hoop was about, I don't know, this is probably a 38-inch one. Generally, you want the hoop to be anywhere from your mid, like where your belly button is, to right below your chest. Some people have them come up even higher. I mean, they can go up to like 42 inches. The larger the hoop, the more time and space. So it's actually easier with a larger hoop. And depending on the size and the weight of the hoop, it's all preference. So, and just remember that every hooper was a beginner hooper at one time. So don't be too hard on yourself. Everybody learns at their own pace. This is waist hooping. Waist hooping is a foundational move in hooping. So it's really important to get that down before you try and do all the other tricks. You want to make sure that your shoulders are nice and straight and tall, that your knees are bent at all times. Let me move back just a little bit. Your knees are bent, and that your head is nice and tall, your pelvis is tucked. You just want to keep checking back, because if you tend to move over, the hoop's going to go down. All you nice and straight. You are the axis. You're the one that's keeping the hoop up. There's a particular place on your body where you have to push to keep that hoop going. If you have your feet side to side like so, right here on the side of your body, on each side, is where the hoop is coming in contact. You need to push at those points. The side, you're just going to push side to side, just like so. And then when you're ready, just add a spin. And before it drops, catch it. Just say to yourself, okay, I'm going to let it go around 3 times. Try and keep it up 3 times. And then stop it. And then say to yourself, I'm going to keep it up 4 times this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you put your foot forward, making sure those knees are bent, your shoulders are nice and straight and tall, your head is nice and tall. If you need to look down at the hoop, just look with your eyes. You don't need to go like this. Because if you go like this, you tend to lean over and you'll lose the hoop. If your foot is forward, you want to make sure that you push toward that foot that is forward, because the hoop is coming in contact right at that point. Wherever the hoop comes in contact is where you want to push. You want to, in the beginning, you want to give it nice, big, hard pushes. Exaggerate those pushes. On the back, if you've got your feet forward, you're also pushing right about here. It's right above your hip bone. Diagonal in the back, though. So you have 2. At that point, you're pushing from the front and the back. So you're kind of making that motion. You're bending your knees. So if you get familiar, if you want to build up that muscle memory, go ahead and do it without the hoop. Just do the motion without the hoop. So we're going to go over some of the troubleshooting issues with why the hoop falls. Let's say I'm hooping, and all of a sudden I'm losing it. Now if you noticed, I pushed my bum out. If your behind is sticking out, your body's not aligned right, the hoop is not going to stay up. What you need to do is you need to take your pelvis and tuck it in. Your pelvis always needs to be tucked, and the hoop will stay up. Same thing when you're hooping on the side. Keeping that hoop, keeping your feet side to side, making sure that your bum is not going out, because you will lose it. So you want to make sure that that pelvis is tucked, standing nice and straight and tall. You may be standing and trying to push the hoop, and you're losing it. You have to make sure that your knees are bent. Just bend your knees, pelvis tucked. Try not to move your upper body. If you're trying to push like that, it's not going to work. So you need to make sure that your knees are bent. Try and keep your upper body nice and straight and tall. Your hands, you can put your hands over here. You can put them on top of your head. You can even fold your arms and keep them out to your side. Another problem that you may have is your timing. You may be pushing at the wrong time. You have to, let me see if I can even do it. I'm so used to hooping now, it's hard to not catch the right timing. It really is hard. But you just want to make sure that your timing is when that hoop is rolling over those points on your body. Like I said, if your foot is forward, you want to make sure you're pushing diagonally into that forward foot. Exaggerate. Same thing with the back. You're pushing into that back point on your body as it rolls around it. And you will learn how to dip a little bit if you start losing your hoop. Sometimes you can bend a little bit to grab it back up, to catch it. That's a skill in itself that you will learn while trying to keep the hoop up. So that's timing. So remember your timing. If you find that you had the hoop staying up and all of a sudden it started to fall, you were doing everything that you thought you could, maybe you just didn't have enough energy to keep it going. So maybe you just need to give it a little bit, do it a little bit faster. Give it some more oomph. So there you have it. That's waist hooping. Just keep in mind that the greatest oak was once a tiny nut that held its ground. If you found this tutorial to be helpful, please comment, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have a specific tutorial that you would like to request, I do have a request page on my website, which is www.angelieshoops.com. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. Till next time.